All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to ASAP Afternoon Blitz. Thursday, May 11th, 2023. Hope everybody is having a great day. Got another good day of sports going on, some more NBA playoff games and NHL playoffs, baseball. Two big NBA playoff games last night. Both the teams that were facing elimination came up with a big win. So,
Mm-mm-mm.
uh,
Mm-mm-mm.
I'm Chris
Mm-mm.
Gonzalez, joined by Jay McLovin. How's it going, Jay?
Oh, it's going well, man. It is going well, man. Honestly, it's crazy. Yeah, man. Both teams, and neither one could close it out. What a time to be alive. Coastal May, you forgot unscripted. You put GSR, you put ASAP. Why can't you put unscripted? That's okay. I'm not. My feelings are not hurt.
Hey, well, because if you hold on a second, look right now. Watch Unscripted Tuesday, Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern live.
Thank you. Thank you.
It was already all there. You just didn't give it a chance to play all the way through.
My feelings are hurt. My nickname is Jay McLovin or Jay Sensitive McLovin. I don't know. Whatever. However you want to say it. I'm very sensitive today.
When you said that's like Unscripted is on there, what are you talking about?
Oh, no. I was talking about Coastal May in the comments.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the ticker at the bottom of the screen. Like it is on there.
No. Hey, what's Dustin down there chiming in? Dustin, Hey guys, I am on the IL right now with laryngitis. No, you're not. I don't believe it for 1 minute. But at least I can get to listen to you from the NCAA Division III baseball tournament today, WIAC conference tourney. Man, I know you're having a good time. Anytime there's baseball on the field, Dustin is having a good time. Let me tell you. Wow. Well, hell, man. Where do we start, Gonzo? Do we start with baseball, basketball, hockey? Where are we going first?
Let's start with. It don't matter where you want to start. I don't care. Sounds good to you.
I like to. No, we can start with basketball, but I definitely want to talk some baseball. There was some really good stuff going on yesterday, man. Honestly, and I think as we go a little bit further into this next week, man, we're gonna start seeing some positions change within some divisions as well as the wild card as we get ready to go into the second quarter of the season. So, but we can talk about that in a little while. I think basketball is always a good place to start. I love talking basketball.
Well,
shall we start with last night? Is that you want to start with those games first, or what?
Yeah, we can start with last night.
Okay.
What we have first? Knicks and Heat.
Yes, sir. Gonzo, I was telling Frankie, man, I was like, I said sweet, but Frankie quickly reminded me that the Golden State Warriors, they did get one, so it couldn't be as sweet. I was so excited to see if Golden State would actually get kicked out of the playoffs, but nope, they're hanging around for another game. And it went down 3-2 with the Warriors getting that one 121-106. But Gonzo, I know you've been riding the Golden State bandwagon now for a hot minute, and staying true to your prediction that Golden State would take it. Do you see it now? I mean, obviously now it's 3-2. It looks like maybe what you're saying could come to fruition.
Yeah, I think it's going to go 7 games. Honestly, I think the Lakers need to finish it out next game. I don't think they want to go back. Game 7. Not saying they can't win a game 7 in Golden State, but you don't want to have to do that. You had the momentum. You don't want to give it back to Golden State. It's going to be tough for Golden State to go in and win in LA. I think they're capable of it, though. I mean, even if you look at the last game, they had chances to win that game and kind of fell apart there towards the end with some turnovers. So, I mean, I'm not saying that they're So it's not impossible for them to go there and win. Just like I don't think it's going to be impossible for the Lakers to go win in Golden State. But I think it's going to go 7 games. Golden State's going to need guys to step up like they did last night. Last night you had Wiggins with, I think, 25. You had Draymond Green with 20. Of course, you had Steph with 27 or 28. Thompson didn't give you a whole lot last night, but you had other guys besides Steph step up. Where the last game it was basically just Steph. So and I like that. I think it's a smart move by Steve Kerr to start playing Gary Payton the third more because of it. He can help you on the defensive side, even if he don't score a lot of points. He can help. He helps them on the defensive side, and he scored some points there there a little bit last night too. That helped, especially in that first quarter. He had a couple big threes off open looks he got from Curry, but he helps them out defensively a lot. And I think they've done the smart thing by doing more of that pick and roll, trying to get Davis out in that pick and roll, and then going to whoever Davis was defending. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'll be honest with you. Last night I picked the Knicks to win and the Warriors to win. So I was 4-0 in my picks from the NBA last night. I thought I had a feeling that both the teams that were facing elimination was going to win last night. Now if them teams can come back and win the series, that's going to be a little harder to do, especially with I think the Knicks is going to be a little harder just because they've been so up and down, man. If Josh Hart don't get out of his funk, I don't see the Knicks advancing. They were able to advance or get that win last night with him having another real bad game, but I just don't see them keep advancing without him. He was such a big part of what they've done in that first series. For him not to be at that level right now, I think is really hurting him.
Yeah, first of all, Frankie says that he can't be on the show today because he's getting his hair cut. Frankie, it only takes about 5 minutes to cut what little bit of hair you got up there. So I expect you to be on the show within the next 20 minutes. Secondly, hey guys, I agree. Gonzo, look, they came to play. Golden State came to play, and everybody knows that Golden State is better at home than they are on the road, and it clearly has shown. They get beat up pretty bad there in LA. They go back home down 3-1, and then they just completely destroy LA at 121-106. And you're right, Green showed up, gave you 20, 10, and 4. I mean, come on. Wiggins showed up. Gave you 25, 7, and 5. Curry obviously gave you 27, 3, and 8, typical. But then, as I've said before, Klay Thompson, 3 for 12, 10, 6, and 2. I don't want to hear that crap. If he's going to be all right, he'd have been all right about 2 or 3 playoff series ago. That boy ain't going to be all right. No, he ain't going to be all right. Don't give me that. He ain't going to be all right. I'm a realist. If y'all want to stay on that hyper delusional bandwagon train, you go right ahead.
Bandwagon train.
I'm jumping off of it. Listen, Gonzo, I'm not going to be the squirrel running on your hamster wheel. Okay, I'm jumping off. I'm getting off. I'm packing back.
You can jump off, but when he puts up 30 tomorrow night.
Okay, well, and when I hit the lottery, I promise you, we will finally start getting paid at Unscripted, which will include you by proxy, because you are now part of the group. And until then,
he put up 30 something earlier in this series. He hasn't done that. He hasn't played well the last 2 games.
Hey, watch it. When you've been going the whole playoffs, and you finally get that one good game. Well, hell, even a squirrel can find a nut every once in a while. I'm not saying that the man can't find a nut, but how often does he find the nut? That's the problem. And that's why they're 3-1, or now 3-2. They're 3-2 because everybody else has been pulling the weight for what Klay should be pulling. No offense, Clay, but I'm sorry. You're just not producing. And until you can produce on a regular basis, I'm going to continually point out just how bad you are right now.
Okay, look. You say he's not producing, but 1, 2, 3 out of 4. Wait, no. 3. Yeah, 3 out of the 5 games he had over 20 points against Sacramento.
What was it? Hey, but when he got those points, what was his field goal percentage? That's really what I care about, because you can take 1,000 shots to get 20.
He had 26 points. He was 9 for 15 shooting, so that's a good field goal percentage.
That is a good field goal percentage.
He had 25 points, 10 of 19 for shooting. That's a good field goal percentage.
It's not bad.
He only missed 9 shots. It's over 50%.
I said it's not bad, Gonzo. Move on.
He had 22 points on 8 of 20. That ain't as good.
Oh, no. I'll say it with your chest.
No, it's still not terrible.
Okay, next game. What was the next one?
And then he had 25 points game 1 against the Lakers. He didn't shoot well that game. He was 9 of 25. But game 2, he had 30 points on 11 of 18 shooting.
Every once in a while, he'll find a nut. I give you that.
So he hasn't played as bad as you're trying to make it out that he's playing.
Oh, well, he hasn't played as good either. Hey, listen. Hey, this is what even when I learned about these kinds of conversations, this is where you just watch this. You go, you know what, man? We're just gonna agree to disagree, okay? And we're good. But seriously, when you look at but then you go to the bench and you see Jordan Poole. Is it Jordan? I can't remember. I guess it's his first. I think it's first Jordan. But anyway, Poole comes off the bench and gives you 11, 1, and 4. So they got bench play. They got most of the starters producing, with the exception of Klay Thompson. And so, yeah, man. I mean, they're going to play well at home.
Yeah, Poole still didn't shoot the ball very well.
No, Poole. But I'm just saying, he gave you 11 points. But yeah, his field goal percentage is still
good. After having zero the game before. So I mean,
which is why I'm getting ready to go. I'm driving that point in 1 second, because I know I see where you. Then you look at the Lakers, right? Davis showed up, 23, 9, and 3. James showed up, 25, 9, and 3. Hell, even Russell gave you 15, 4, and 2. AR-15 gave you 15, 7, and 5. Shooter off the bench gave you 14, 2, and 4. So even the Lakers played well. I mean, honestly, they played pretty good. It just wasn't good enough. Right? And the thing about it is, Gonzo, is when they –
Whoa. Lakers didn't play well. Have you seen?
No,
No, let me finish. Didn't you see a bunch of Lakers fans? Oh, the Lakers lost that game on purpose. The Lakers didn't play well. They lost that game on purpose.
Oh, I don't know about all that, but I mean, they got their asses whooped. But what I'm saying is, the Lakers played a good game. It's just Golden State played better. They did. Golden State played better. Look, again, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of your guys were 14 points or better. A lot of them had good amount of rebounds. It's just when you watch that game, it was 32-28 in favor of Golden State the first quarter. Second quarter, 38-31, second quarter. Third quarter, they tied it at 23. Fourth quarter is 28-24. The first 2 quarters of that game, there were times when LA, was close. Like, they would get it within 5 points, 4 points, and then they couldn't hold on. So I'm just saying, it's not they weren't fighting. And Frankie, they didn't lose on purpose. I know that's what you want to say. They didn't lose on purpose. They just didn't have enough to get the job done.
Hey, hold on, because Frankie, I'm not saying nothing slick because you're not on here. I wasn't even talking about you. I was talking about other Laker fans I saw posting online. But anybody that thinks that a team, or not even anybody that thinks, if a team is stupid enough to go lose a playoff game on purpose, they deserve to lose that series. You do not give up. You do not give up free games in the playoffs. You give a team some momentum back, and it can come back to bite you. But it don't have nothing to do. Frankie, I just said that if you was on here, it don't have nothing to do with you not being on here. I wasn't even talking about you because I didn't even know you had said that. I was talking about a couple other people I seen on Facebook that, the Lakers lost. I believe the Lakers lost this game on purpose. Come on now. If the Lakers would have won, would you guys would have said, the Warriors lost on purpose because they didn't want to make the play.
Hold on. But here's the deal. When you look at all the categories, literally, the score really doesn't reveal this game. I know at 121 to 106, that 15-point differential, but when you really break it down and look at it, the score doesn't indicate accurately how this game was played. If you look at the field goal percentage, it was 51 to 48 in percentage in favor of Golden State. When you look at the three-point, it was 13 made to 10 made in favor of Golden State. When you look at the free throws, it was 14 made to 12 made in favor of Golden State. And then when you look at the last category, which I thought was the best category of rebounds, it was 48 to 38 in favor of Golden State. But with the exception of the rebounding, all the other categories were within 3 basis points of each one. So, I mean, it was a lot closer than what people think. It's just, I really think at the end of the day, man, Golden State just grounded out a little bit more. It is what it is. At the end of the day, it just is what it is, man. But definitely those extra three-pointers, the extra made field goals, yeah, that was really kind of the difference. But it was a close game. I will say this. Taking today's game, when they go back to LA, I don't think that Golden State is going to be able to maintain it. I think LA is going to wrap it up in LA. I do. I really believe they're going to wrap it up at home with the crowd behind them. I just don't see them. I don't see Los Angeles losing 2 games back-to-back. And they only got to win 1. And I don't think they lose back-to-back games. And given how Golden State is not as good on the road as they are at home, and this is LA's home forum, I expect LA to wrap up the series in 6. I don't think it goes 7. I don't think they go back to Golden State. I think they wrap it up in LA. Is it tomorrow night, I believe, right? I think they play tomorrow night. Is that correct?
I think so.
I want to say it's tomorrow. I might be wrong. It might be tonight, honestly.
No, it's not tonight. They'll have at least one day off because they played last night.
Okay, so then it probably is tomorrow then.
Yeah.
Wow. But yeah, Gonzo, I know you think. I think they wrap it. I think they wrap it up. But I'll tell you this: if they don't, and it goes 3-3, going back there, oh Lord, hell no. Frankie better hope it doesn't go back there.
Yeah, they play tomorrow night.
Okay. And
I understand what you're saying because the Lakers are capable of wrapping it up. But I also, if you watch, I know you have, but if you look back at the other games in this series that were in LA, the Warriors were right there with chances to win those games too. So that's why I think Warriors have a chance. But they're going to need guys to step up. It can't just be the Steph Curry show. It's going to have to be some other guys step up. They need Draymond to come out in that first quarter like he did last night. He had like eight quick points in that first quarter and kind of got them going a little bit. And,
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, but they need Steph to show up, or not Steph. They need Klay to show up this game, and Game 6 Klay might show up tomorrow night. So it's gonna be fun to watch.
I honestly think the momentum, the pivotalness of this game is going to be incredibly huge. I mean, it's huge. Lakers don't want to go to Golden State. Golden State's desperately trying to get back home. This game tomorrow night between the Lakers and Golden State, I would expect it to be extremely, extremely aggressive, and I would expect it to be lots of emotion built into it because of that.
I am glad that 2 points real quick. One, I think Kayvon Looney is going to be big in this game, in this next game again. When he's been able to play and he can get on the offensive boards, that really helps the Warriors a lot. So I think he'll be big in Game 6. Hopefully he can play a few more minutes because he's been restricted on minutes because of his from being sick. The other thing I do like, and it don't have nothing to do with the Warriors, it just has to do with the game, is that they're saying Anthony Davis didn't have a concussion last night because I didn't want him to be out this next game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then people would say, because that way, if the Warriors was to win, people would say, well, the reason the Warriors won, Anthony Davis didn't want to play or did not. Let me rephrase that. Couldn't play because of a concussion. Not they didn't want to play.
Right.
So I'm glad that he don't have a concussion and that that it looks like he's going to be able to play because that would have sucked. That would have sucked to lose Anthony Davis, who's been playing well because of an invert elbow on a rebound. And when you get in these playoffs and these big games, I don't care who you're rooting for. You want to see everybody play. You want to see teams at full strength, so we get the best game we can get. I mean, I'm not a fan of either one of these teams. I picked Golden State to win, and that's who I've been with. But I'm glad that he's going to play. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Frankie. I'm glad he's going to play because that way I don't want nobody on either team going to be missing the game. Like I said, I'm not a fan of either team, but games are better when everybody's available. And I'm glad Anthony Davis is going to be available because he's been a beast. He's been a beast.
Well, let's be honest, Gonzo. Let's call it what it really is, though, Gonzo. We want Anthony Davis to play so that if Golden State beats LA don't have no excuses about, well, come on, let's know that's what it really is, right? Because that's what I mean, think about it.
Yeah, but it would be the same way. It'd be the same way if somebody on Golden State was hurt. Like, well, Kayvon.
I agree. I agree. That's what I'm saying. We want them to play so that there's no excuses for when this team loses or this team loses on either side. You want it to be 100% best on best, and that way you can truly say it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I will say this.
Better.
Yeah, of course it makes the game better. I will say this. The Golden State Warriors, here's a stat for you. They're 8-2 when facing elimination under Steve Kerr. 8-2 when facing elimination under Steve Kerr. So I think that, I hate to say it, but I think that kind of supports your point of Golden State could possibly going back in 7. If that statistic holds true.
And then Frankie says they're going to blame the refs. Anybody that wants to blame the refs on this series, they don't watch basketball, because if you watch basketball, the Lakers have shot the most free throws all year, and they've given up the least amount of free throws all year. The Warriors have shot the least amount of free throws all season. They give up the most free throws. So it's stayed the course of how these teams have played all season. So if anybody wants to blame any of these games on the refs, they don't watch basketball. They're just homers, and they're sore losers.
Yeah, of course.
Just because the Lakers are getting more free throws than the Warriors, it's not the refs. That's the style of play they play.
Yeah, of course. I agree with that. Absolutely. Let's move on to the next one, man. Let's talk some Heats and Knicks. That was another one I really thought Gonzo, I'm telling you. I had it in my mind. That Miami was going to, eliminate the Knicks. They were going to move on. It was going to be done. Nope. It just did not work out that way. The Knicks actually did take out the Heat 112-103. They did not leave anything to be contested, to a point where when the Knicks left Miami and they were down 3-1, they had a meeting on that plane. And on that plane, I told Gonzo, on that plane, man, they said, hey, we got to get our stuff together. We need, hey, Randall, do your part. Everybody was taking accountability for where they needed to pick it up. So after that team meeting, they come out here and they open it up and smash Miami right in the mouth. Miami opened up, not in the Knicks. Miami did. I can't read my own handwriting. 24-14 in that first quarter. So they already had the Knicks down by 10 points going into the second quarter. And Gonzo, when they came out, when Miami came out and played like that, I really thought that New York might, start to unravel a little bit and start to get emotional and play emotional basketball rather than strategic basketball. But that wasn't the case. They came back. The Knicks did and put up 36 points in the second to 23 by the Heat. So they came back going into halftime. They were looking pretty good. And then they came out again in that third quarter and put up 34 points to 27 for the Heat. And then, of course, in the fourth quarter, the Heat got 29 to the Knicks 28, but also just could not get it enough back. So, and again, man, Bam, I thought Bam played a pretty big part there with 18, 8, and 2, man. I didn't know how he was going to come out and play, but he did a lot better than I thought he would, man. And again, Strus gave you 14, and Butler gave you, I believe it was 19. But I thought their bench played well, too. Robinson gave you 17, and Martin gave you 11. But that Knicks team, woo, Lord have mercy, that Knicks team, man. Randall did exactly what he said. 24, 5, and 5. Brunson, 38, 9, and 7. And Barrett, 26, 7, and 2. So the big three showed up. However, the problem, Gonzo, the problem is still for me. I know they got the win, and I'm glad that they got it, but they got zero buckets, really, truly, from the bench. And I know that, again, they got the win, but how is that going to fare out now that they're going back to Miami and Miami's home crowd?
It's going to be interesting. The way that game started out, the Knicks started out terrible. Like you said, the Heat jumped up to a big lead, but it really wasn't because the Heat was just playing great. It was more the Knicks kept turning the damn ball over. I mean, they turned the ball over like 5 times in a row there to start the game out. And it's like, well, this is going to be one of them games. This is going to be. But then the Knicks that second quarter got hot, and it was able to really turn it around. Yeah. I think with the Heat, they didn't have nobody score over 20 points. They had quite a few guys contribute, but nobody could get over 20. And with them, especially with Hero out, for them to win these games, we've seen they need Jimmy Butler to really go off. And not that he had a bad night. He didn't play terrible, but he didn't have one of the nights that he's been having throughout these playoffs. He had a cold night shooting, and that happens. I mean, now you can't score 40, 10 games in a row. I mean, you score 40, 10 games in a row, there's going to be a game where you only have 19 or 20 in there. So I'm not, you know what I mean? So I'm not. Hey, he's played excellent. So he was allowed to have a 19, 20-point game, as many points he's been scoring. Sometimes your shots are falling, sometimes they're not. But and like Frankie just said, Brunson played 48 minutes. You also had Grimes that played 48 minutes for New York. I mean, New York, hey, they played desperate. They stepped up, played.
Yeah, desperate. You talked about that on the late night show last night. We talked about that.
Yeah, they played desperate when they needed to, and now they're going to have to try to recover because they're going to need Brunson and Grimes and Randall and them guys to play a lot of minutes next game to try to get this series back to New York. It's going to be an interesting game. I mean, I think New York has a chance, but like I said, it's going to come down to turnovers. Can't turn the ball over. Knicks get sloppy with the ball sometimes. And that's when Miami can get back in the game even when they get a lead. They like last night, they almost let them back in that game,
right?
Because of just sloppy turnovers, getting sloppy with the ball. They got to quit being sloppy, and then I still think they need Josh Hart, like me and Frankie were saying yesterday. They need him to step back up and play like he did in that Cleveland series.
That 4 fouls in 5 minutes ain't gonna cut it.
Yeah, he had a struggle last night, man.
Hey, that 4 fouls in 5 minutes ain't gonna cut it.
I think he ended up playing a total of 9 minutes, but yeah, he had like 4 fouls in the first 5 minutes that he played. And I think one of them was a flagrant, if I remember correctly. So yeah, I really think he needs to turn it around, and I think Tom Thibodeau. I think he needs to go to his bench a little more. Not play him a bunch of minutes, but there's times you got to get some guy. I mean,
definitely. I think D Rose needs to see some time.
If Hart's not performing, try somebody else a few minutes. See if they can give you a spark. Sometimes it's hey, look at the Lakers the other night. Whoever would have thought that Lonnie Walker IV was going to be the spark that they needed in that fourth quarter? You know what I mean? He hadn't scored the whole game. In that fourth quarter gives you 15. sometimes a player off the bench could be that player that gives you that spark. So I think Tibbs hurts himself sometimes because as the playoffs go, his rotation just keeps shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. And like you saw last night, he had 2 guys play the whole game. And
let's be honest. Hey, guys, they're playing like you said earlier. Here's the issue for me. They got, like you said, they're playing desperation mode, which I get. That's why they probably do got to play in 48 minutes, which is the point you made on the late night show. Which again, I totally get and I understand because it's win or go home. My question is can they continuously keep playing? Because they're going to have to go in desperation mode again.
Yeah,
they can't. Every game now is desperation mode for them. So there's not how much can you really utilize the bench when you're in desperation mode, and can that tactic, of not really having a true bench, can that keep you sustainable to beat Miami?
I think it. I think it can, but it could also. It can also fall apart on you as well. The players are going to have to, like today on your day off, you got to take care of your body, get your body as ready as you can for tomorrow. And then if you win tomorrow, you got to do the same thing again. And you just got to hope that they can stay at that high level. But it's a chance you got to take because if you don't take that chance, your season's probably already over. So
no, absolutely. And they're not the only team that's in this situation right now. Phoenix Suns are in the same type of situation, right? Both teams are really running almost on empty at this point.
Yeah.
Well, speaking to be alive.
Speaking of Phoenix, we'll jump to that game in a minute, but let's go to the first game tonight.
Yeah.
Boston Celtics at the 76ers. 76ers looking to close out the Celtics at home tonight in Philadelphia. Do you think the Celtics can force a game 7, or do you think the Sixers are going to close it out tonight?
I think if I'm Pride, I'm hoping they force a game 7. Otherwise, he's gonna have to eat some crow in the ASAP chat rooms because they're not gonna let him. They're not gonna let him out of that. I can tell you right now, Randy Jowers and Frankie and Mike, probably everybody's gonna be talking about how the Celtics went down to the Sixers 4-2. So he definitely doesn't want that. So yeah, do I think the Celtics can do it? Yes, I do. I absolutely think they can do it. Because it's in Boston. Wait, hold on. Is it in Boston or Philly?
It's in Philly.
Snap. Okay, so they got to do it on the road. Okay. Well, yeah. If Embiid and Max, I will tell you right now, if you get James Harden at his best. If you get a savage, aggressive, shot-taking James Harden, then it's going to be 4-2 Philadelphia. I promise you. If Harden doesn't, or if if Boston's defense can contain Harden, or and dominate somewhere down low in the paint, then I think the Celtics can do it. But it's going to be an all-hands effort. It ain't just going to be Jason. It ain't just going to be Jaylen Brown. It's not just going to be Marcus Smart. It's going to be the guys like Robert Williams. Those are the guys that are going to have to come up and do some work down low in the paint area. But yeah, can the Celtics do it? Yes. But they're going to have to really put a lid on James Harden and not let James Harden go off on them.
Yeah, I think I understand what you're saying about the Celtics bench, but they're going to have to play better. But Brown and Tatum are going to have to play better as well because Tatum didn't shoot the ball very well at all last game, if I remember correctly.
No.
I'm looking it up real quick.
Oh, one other thing, Gonzo, real quick. Horford. Let's talk about Horford. 0 points. 0 for 7.
Yep.
Oh, God, that was ugly. Ugly. And he played a lot of damn minutes.
Yeah. But if you look at that game, I mean, the Celtics shot 39% from the field compared to the Sixers 50%. You're not going to win many games. You're not going to win many games like that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then both teams hit 12 3-pointers. That was basically a wash. Free throws were basically a wash. 76ers had 13 more rebounds. So that was a big deal. The assist was so I mean, and turnovers are about the same. Points in the paint were the same, but it was the field goal percentage that really killed them in rebounding. You can't get. I mean, you give a team 13 more rebounds than you. A lot of times, that's going to a lot of them rebounds turn into points. So, I mean, they turn 13. You get 13 rebounds. Say they turn 5 of them rebounds into points. That's at least 10 points right there. They just got off those rebounds. So, I mean, but I think the Celtics. Tonight's going to be interesting. I think the Sixers win this series. I think the Sixers need to win tonight. I don't think you want to go back to Game 7 in Boston. Not saying they can't beat them in Game 7 in Boston because they just beat them in Boston 2 nights ago. But this is the game you want right here. Boston. You want to close it out tonight. I think it's going to be a real good game. I'm going to miss part of it because, like I said, I'll be at that fundraiser thing. But once I get back, I'll be turning it on while I do my interview I have tonight as well. I just keep scheduling shit.
Let me ask you this, though, Gonzo, real quick, because this is a good point. If the Sixers don't win this series, when they really should, because they're in control of it, but if they don't win this series and they get eliminated, is Doc Rivers on the hot seat? If I'm because I'll tell you right now, I feel like he should be on the hot seat.
Should he be on the hot seat? I would say he probably should be. Will he get fired? That's a different question. I thought they'd get rid of him a few years ago. I don't think that he'll get if they lose this series, I don't think he'll get fired because, and the reason I'm going to say that is because it's not like it was a sweep. Now, if they'd got swept or something, I think he'd been fired. But especially if this ends up going to a 7-game series, Joel Embiid has had some injury issues during this series, so I can see them not. I don't think he'll get fired. Now, I do agree it could put him on the hot seat. But I think they'll give him one. I think they'll give him at least one more year. And the main reason I say that is because of the injury with Embiid early in the missing some games earlier in the series, and I thought they'd have got rid of him the last couple of years when he's blown playoff leads, and they haven't. And they haven't yet. Yeah. So I don't know if they'll fire him, but I do kind of agree. Yeah, it should. Because I thought he should have already been on the hot seat. So I would agree that, yeah, he should be on the hot seat. But I don't know if Philadelphia will pull that trigger just because they've had more. I mean, they've had plenty of chances to, and they haven't done it yet.
Yeah, I agree. And also, Glenn says, Gonzo, you got to balance that stuff out, man. He said, I think he said you're taking way too much on, man. Which you may want to balance some of it out there, Gonzo, because you will burn yourself into the dirt.
It slows down after this week. It was getting the Comic-Con stuff done and getting all them shows out, and then now I got this show this weekend, and then it'll get back closer to normal.
Hey, we need to start getting Austin more in on this, and that way he can give you a break. Don't worry. I'll call him over the weekend and I'll have a conversation with him. I'll get old Austin right.
Yeah. Good luck on that.
Yeah, that's what I said, dude. No, but for real though, man. You kind of look at the Sixers side of it. Look at the Celtics side. Now, Missoula's not going anywhere. He just got the damn job, so you know he's not going anywhere. And guys, I mean, you talked about this. I think outside of Tatum and Brown, you got to think everybody else is touchable. You could trade any one of those other people, because they got to do something to reconfigure this lineup. It's good, but it's just not good enough. And I really think it still starts with they need a true big man. They don't have a real true big man. They got Horford. He's trying to do what he can. They got Griffin when he's healthy. He can kind of come in there. But they don't really have a true, big man. And they need a true big man. That way you can have a guy like, Williams coming off the bench to relieve him and give him those, whatever. But you need to grab a big man.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I think the biggest problem with them this year is the difference in their defense.
Yeah.
I mean, if you last year in the playoffs, they were number one defensive team in the playoffs. This year they're like last.
So where do you put the ownership on that?
I think so. I think a lot of it goes to the coaching, and I'm not saying Mazzulla is a bad coach, but I don't think this team has the same grit as they did last year with Udoka.
Right. Yeah, I can see that. I can understand. I get that. Oh, by the way, where's Udoka playing now? Do you think anybody know?
And think about it. If you think about it, if you watch the Celtics last year to this year, they don't look like the same team.
Yeah,
they really haven't most of the season. They don't play with that same grit and toughness that they did last year. And I don't know. Last year it seemed like that the whole team was bought in on the same track. Where this year it don't feel like that as much. And I'm not saying Mazzulla is a bad coach. It's just first year coaching, first time ever being in a high pressure situation like the playoffs. So yeah, I think he's managed his time. I think he's mismanaged timeouts in this series with the 76ers. I think that's hurt him, and not calling timeouts when they need when he should, especially break up some of the momentum sometimes. But yeah, they just, to me, I think losing Udoka has hurt him. And I'm not saying Mazzulla can't get it turned around and isn't going to be a good coach for the Celtics. So I think he's going to be a good coach for him. But when you're a first year head coach, first time in the playoffs, there's going to be some growing pains. And I think that's a little bit of what we're seeing with the Celtics is a little bit of growing pains with the first time head coach. And then your players aren't, to me, they're just not as on the same track and bought in like they were last year, and especially on the defensive end. Because, man, if you remember that Celtics defense last year, they were giving everybody fits. That's why they made it to the final.
Oh yeah.
I mean, so he's probably there with lemon pepper Lou.
You said lemon pepper Lou.
Yeah, Udoka's probably there with lemon pepper Lou.
Oh man, that's some funny shit.
Then you have Suns Nuggets. Suns go back home. Home team has won every game in this series so far. But the difference to me is the Suns, their wins at home have been close games. Nuggets have actually had leads and kind of blew them. Where the Nuggets wins at home have been double-digit wins, where the Suns never really looked like they were going to win those games. So it's going to be interesting.
Wow.
I like seeing Nuggets go ahead and close it out tonight, but I don't see the Suns coming back. I don't see Phoenix coming back and winning this series.
Yeah, no, I told you before. I can't believe we are where we are right now because I told you at the beginning I had to eat some crow on that, but I thought Utah was gonna sweep this team, and I really still feel like they should have. They should have swept this team. When number one, when you beat them 2-0 with Chris Paul on the court, and then you lose Chris Paul to a groin injury, you need to be like a shark that just saw a massive amount of blood in the water And you need to go after these assholes. Pardon my French. You do. You need to go after them. And this should have been 4-0. There's no reason why this should not have been 4-0. So Utah Jazz, Mike Malone, Joker and company,
Hey,
I am pissed.
hey, Denver Nuggets, not Utah Jazz.
Did I say Utah Jazz?
Yeah.
Did I say Utah Jazz?
Twice.
What's wrong with me? I don't know what to do with my hands. No, I meant Denver Nuggets. See, that's what I'm saying, though.
I knew what you meant, but it wasn't coming out. It was coming out Utah.
No, but I did. That's exactly what I meant. I meant Denver Nuggets. If I'm saying Utah, I guess it's because I'm so used to seeing Utah, whatever. But yeah, Denver Nuggets. I don't know what's wrong with me these days. Denver Nuggets, man. But, if I'm Mike Malone, if I'm Joker, I'd be pissed off at us right now because this series should have been over. They should be chilling, relaxing, waiting to see who comes out of this LA Golden State series, maybe putting some game plans together, whatever, other than playing right now. But it's okay. At the end of the day, it's going to be all right. I do believe the Nuggets will handle business, and I think it does go down 4-2 at the end of the day, and they're going to be fine. I thought Brown did really good off the bench last night, though, with 25, 5, and 1. I thought that was a big key for them, considering that the Phoenix Suns have 0 bench, which is another reason why I don't understand how the hell we didn't sweep them. Because when you got 0 bench, come on. These dudes can't play forever. When you got 0 bench, come on. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Joker put up a hell of a good game. He gave you 29, 13, and 12, another triple-double. Porter Jr. did great at 19. Murray did great at 19. When you look at the Phoenix Suns side of it, Durant did what he could at 26 and 11 and 7. Booker, had a fairly okay game at 28, 6 and 4. But when that's your only guys that are really, truly producing and you have no bench, come on. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? So, yeah, I do see Denver taking this, and I think it's going to be Denver waiting to see what happens with this series between LA and Golden State. What if it winds up being Denver and LA in the Western Conference Finals? That could be really, really saucy. Saucy. That would be correct me if I'm wrong, Gonzo, but that would be the number 1 versus the number 7 seed in the Western Conference Finals. Am I correct on that? I mean, how saucy is that?
With Denver, they got the difference between them has been the games they won and the games they lost has been their transition defense.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
When they get back and they stop the ball and keep the Suns from getting a lot of fast break points, the Suns struggle a lot against them. But in the 2 games that they lost there in Phoenix, their transition defense was terrible. They were letting the Suns get out in transition too much. You saw the other night back in Denver, they were getting out and stopping the ball, making Phoenix play more half court basketball, and the Suns were struggling more. I think Denver's going to close it out tonight. But like I said, to me the Suns are done because I don't, even if the Suns can win tonight, I don't see them going to Denver and winning the game 7. Not after you've got blown out 3 straight games there. You've lost 3 straight games there by double digits in the playoffs. So I don't see you going there on a game 7 and winning. But I mean, hey, we've seen we've seen things happen. So I mean, I guess you can't say they can't, but I just don't see it happen. But I think Denver's going to close it out tonight.
I just want to say one thing to your pops, Tony. I'm going to put this comment up there real quick because I so agree with him. I don't like Hooters anymore. I don't like Hooters because you know why? There was a time when I could get a full-on wing, like a real legitimate chicken wing when I ordered my wings. And they had that beautiful Hooters sauce and everything. Now when I go there, I get these little Cornish game hen wings. And I don't know why, because BW3s, they were the ones that gave you the Cornish game hen wings. Hooters was the one that gave you the actual chicken wing. Sellouts. Hooters is a bunch of sellouts. And I tell you a few other things about Hooters that I don't like anymore, but I can't say it on air because I am doing my best job at being professional. But Hooters, I am very disappointed in you. Very, very disappointed.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive, man. What a time to be alive, Gonzo, man.
And their prices just prices have
Oh, don't even get me with the prices. That's that's a whole. I agree. Hey, listen, I don't understand it. I pay more money and I get less wingy. More money, less wingy. God, time to be alive. I just don't understand. You're gonna charge me more money, but you're gonna reduce the amount of food I get. But that's okay, man. Hey, moving on. You want to talk some? Let's talk some. You want to talk some Vegas real quick? I mean, Vegas. Well, yeah, we are going to talk Vegas. You want to talk some NHL?
Yeah, that works.
I know your dad wasn't exactly happy the other day. Poor Vegas.
Damien, I'll tell you this: if you're going to Hooters for anything other than food, you're going to the wrong damn place. Because you ain't been to Hooters for a while. They wear long sleeve shirts.
Yeah, it's
Hooters ain't like it used to be.
And I'm not saying nothing, but the cup size has kind of dwindled a lot too. I'm just saying.
Just wing it, Jay.
Hey, I'm just saying. Look, Hooters, but you know what though? Hooters is a classic example of what's wrong in America these days. And Billy, I know you're probably about my age, so you'll know what I'm talking about. Tony Gonzalez, I definitely know you're going to know what I'm talking about. There was a time I could go to Taco Bell, and the burritos were about this long, and they were about that wide. Now the burritos are about this long, and they're about this wide. I don't understand it.
And then they don't even have real hamburger in the damn burritos.
No, they don't. They got some kind of mystery meat. Listen, Dustin, I don't even know about the Tilted Kill. I mean, I'm sure it probably is an amazing place, but they don't have enough places because I don't have nothing like that here. But no, seriously, if you know, I think Hooters is a good demonstration of everything that's wrong with the U.S. We're paying more money and we're not getting what we pay for. We're getting less product, but we're paying more money. I don't get it. I don't. And then Hooters, if you're gonna take me down to this little wing, why can't I get that original Hooters sauce? That original Hooters sauce was on point. Now I can't even find it anywhere. It's like, what the hell? Anyway, enough about Hooters because I can do a whole day show on that. I think Gordon Ramsay needs to go visit Hooters and do a whole remake. I'm just saying, man. But no, but back to hockey, man. Wow. Edmonton came out for real. They tied up the series at 2 apiece with the win over the Vegas Golden Knights at 4-1. I'm not gonna lie, man. Edmonton came out that first period, socked them right in the nose, gave them up 3-0. Then they came back in the second period, gave them one more shot to the face at 1-0. And then finally Vegas woke up from the first quarter bludgeoning and put up one goal and then ultimately lost at 4-1. But that first quarter, it was game over, I thought. I mean, you get to see Edmonton was all about the business. And like you said, when you said it, Gonzo, when Edmonton's offense is going, they're going, and they went.
Yeah, I knew Dad was worried about that game last night, being back in Edmonton and the way their offense is at home, and he was right. I didn't watch a whole lot of it because I was watching the NBA, and then that was another thing that pissed Dad off. They didn't have no prices on the menu.
Oh man.
Bill, he's talking about Arby's. He said, "Do you guys have an Arby's famous for roast beef?"
Man, I got an Arby's, but I don't do roast beef. I don't do roast beef. If I'm going to do roast beef, I'll just go down to the local store, buy me a package of roast beef, and slap it on a sandwich and get the same damn thing. No, I don't do Arby's. Arby's is, I don't know, man. That's a weird establishment. And I don't. Anybody that tells me we got the meat, no, I'm good. I don't go there. Hey, if your slogan is "We got the meat," nah, I'm good. I'll go get chicken. I'll go to like, what's that place? I'll go to Chick-fil-A, but not on Sunday because that's the Sabbath and they're not open on Sundays. But anyway, but no, seriously. Hey, Edmonton gave you 6 power plays. Vegas gave you 4, and Edmonton got the only power play goal. But I thought it was interesting. The penalty minutes was 64-47 in favor of the Oilers. So really, Vegas had a lot of penalty minutes. And I think I told you about that, Gonzo. When you got a lot of penalty minutes and you got a team that is built on offense like the Oilers, there was no doubt that they were going to come out and take it to them when you're in the penalty box that much.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, you have to you have to control the penalties. You can't give, especially Edmonton, you can't give them power plays. Kind of the same thing with I think the same thing with the Kraken as well, against the Kraken as well. You don't want to give them a lot of power play advantages, but especially with Edmonton with their offense, man, they can really get going, and you give them an advantage because of a penalty. You're in trouble. So that's something that really turns that game is you got to be disciplined and can't commit penalties.
Who's got so Vegas played last night. Maple Leafs played last night. So that should mean, are we back to the Dallas Stars and what was the other team that played? I was trying to remember. I think it's the Devils and the Hurricanes. Okay, I was just trying to see who played tonight, so I knew where we're going with that. So, looking at the Maple Leafs and the Panthers, Maple Leafs they finally got on the board, man. I was just talking about Frankie. I think I was maybe talking about you, where I felt like a lot of these Toronto teams, man, were just getting crushed, and a lot of people were talking about how good these Canadian teams were going to be, even to the point that maybe there was going to be an all Canadian NHL. But I think the Panthers had something to say about it, as well as the Vegas Golden Knights as well. But anyway, Maple Leafs did get on the board. Now it's still Florida controls the series at 3-1. But Maple Leafs did get the win last night at 2-1. 0-0 in the first, 1-0 in the second, and then they tied it up at 1 apiece in the third. But ultimately, it was Toronto that got the win at 2-1. But man, I will tell you, what was interesting to me was, so last night was the rookie Wall's first start at goalie. He had 24 saves for Toronto. What a better way to start off your NHL career than to come in as a rookie and you only give up 1 goal. That's it. Especially against the Florida Panthers team. That's a hell of a good start for a rookie, Gonzo.
Yeah. It is, but I don't see them coming back and winning this series though.
Oh, I don't either. But I just like the fact that, man, what a way to start off.
Yeah, no, it's a good way to start off your postseason careers. But yeah, it is. But I just don't see them coming back and winning the series. I mean, dug yourself a little bit too big of a hole.
Oh no, I definitely agree. I definitely agree. I think the Panthers are going to probably go on to play. Let's see, they'll probably play the battle. If I had to say, I think it's going to be Panthers and Hurricanes probably battling it out for the East. I don't know how you're looking at that, or if you're seeing it the same way I'm seeing it, because I know New Jersey, is playing just as good as anybody else as well.
Yeah, that Carolina and Jersey series is going to be interesting. But I think Carolina is probably going to come out, and then you have. What do you think about the Seattle and Dallas series? I know that's the one you've been paying most attention to.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, by the way, let me just say, Carolina did obliterate. They obliterated the Devils last night at 6-1, and which gave Carolina that 3-1 lead. So yeah, like I said, I think it's going to be Carolina and Florida Panthers battling it out for the East. But yeah, the Stars, man, we needed that win last night. The game 3, and even Domi, I believe he plays center for the Dallas Stars. Domi said this team doesn't have 2 bad games in a row ever. So I expect them to win last night, just because I haven't seen them have 2 bad games in a row. And that game 3, the Dallas Stars were just in the penalty box way too much. I think it was like 60-something penalty minutes, like 30-something penalty minutes. So yeah, just like Vegas, when Vegas had that many penalty minutes, it's pretty damn hard to win a game when you're constantly in the penalty box. So I definitely, I can see why, they felt the way they felt. But Pavlovsky, man, I love that guy. He's got his 6th goal already this series. 6. And then you look at Schwartz for Seattle. He gave him 2 goals, so he had a pretty good game. But Domi also had 2 goals for Dallas as well. And, Dallas wasn't playing around. They came out, took them 1-0 in that first period. Came out that second period, put up four goals in 5 minutes, I believe it was. I mean, they really put it on them in that second quarter, 4-1, and then of course the Seattle came back at the end and put them up 2-1 on Dallas. Ultimately, though, it was Dallas taking the win 6-3. But I'll tell you, man, if you watch that, Dallas had 3 penalty or 3 power plays. And they got 2 goals out of those power plays. And then Seattle had 2 power plays, but got 0. So, again, if you look at that penalty, or if you look at the game, Dallas kind of came back and took control of that game. And ultimately, we are still tied 2-2. I expect tonight that Dallas will go 3-2. And then we'll go back to Seattle and see where we go from there. But I do think Dallas is going to win this series. I really do. But again, you can never be too sure about anything, right? So, but I do think that they'll get the win tonight, and we go back 3-2 in Seattle.
It's going to be interesting. I agree. Just kind of like the same thing we were talking about with Vegas. Dallas has to stay out of the power plays.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, look at like Dad was saying on here that going into last night's game, Vegas was up 10-4 on 5-on-5 goals in this series.
Yeah,
but the Oilers are up 6-2 on penalty goals. So you got to stay out of that. I mean, if you just look at those numbers right there, if Vegas, you stay out of the penalties, you're going to have a chance. And
right.
I think it's the same way with that Dallas and the Seattle series.
Right. Yeah, because if you looked at the Dallas, we lost game 1, just like we lost game 1 against the Wild. Oh, by the way, Dustin, I love you too, man. I'm not going to address your comment because I'm trying to be professional, but I do love you, brother, man. You're my boy, Blue Boo. But yeah, man, definitely. When you look at game 1 against the Wild, we lost it in double overtime. And then we look at game 1 versus the Kraken, we lost it in overtime. So we lost the game in overtime. We lost game 3 due to too many penalty minutes. But then we come back and we take the next game in a pretty decisive way, 6-3. So if you look at the past, 4 games, honestly, Dallas has had more impressive wins than what they've had. So I fully expect. I still think that Dallas is the better team. I know Dustin will probably tell you, and Mickey Delaney will probably tell you that the Kraken are going to win this series, but I don't see it that way. I don't see it that way at all, and I do think that Dallas wins this series. And Tony, I hope you hear me when I say this, Tony. I don't know sign language, but imagine this +1. This +1, Tony. This +1. That's how I see Dallas against Vegas. Tony's like, oh, you can see it that way all you want. I see Vegas coming out with the win. Oh, man. But, hey, Gonzo, for real, though, can you imagine what it's going to be like, Dallas versus Vegas? What time to be alive, Gonzo. I'm looking forward to many, many good conversations with your dad. But like we said tonight we open up the we got Carolina, right? I believe it was. We got Carolina versus the New Jersey Devils, and then the late game will be Dallas versus Seattle. Those are going to be your games on tap for tonight. Yeah, man. I hope we both make it too, Tony, man. It's going to be lots of good conversations between me and you. No doubt about it. And honestly, if I win, I don't have to hear Mickey Delaney every 5 minutes in my DMs. Because he will be there. Don't get me wrong. I love Mickey Delaney to death. But holy cow, man. When you lose to Mickey, he lets you know it in all platforms and streams.
Mickey probably was texting you and you told him, hey, just give me a call so I can hear your voice. I miss that voice.
Yeah, apparently, and Melanie talks to Mickey a lot. They're Facebook friends, so yeah. Melanie be like, yo, Jay. Oh, Mickey Delaney over there talking smack about you. I'm like, well, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do with my hands? What do I do with my hands?
I think.
But yeah, man.
I think Mickey talks to everybody.
Oh no, he does. Mickey's a good man. I love Mickey, man.
Yeah, he's a good guy, but yeah, I think he talks to everybody.
Hey, real quick. So tonight, let's just on tap. You guys are beating the dog poo out of the Mets.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're keeping track of that. I'm surprised you're not. I'm surprised you're not going crazy. We're beating the Schnitz out of the Mets, 5-0 right now, and you're in the middle of the 6th.
You want to tell me why I'm not going crazy? We were up 7-2 on them the other night going into the 7th inning, and we end up winning the game 7-6. We gave up. No,
I get it. But I will say this, man. Honestly, really good start to the game. And, man, the Reds, I'm telling you, man, the Reds, they'll come out of nowhere and bite you in the butt.
We're a competitive team, but yeah, our bullpen still worries me. Like I said, we were up 7-2. We gave up freaking 5 runs in the sixth, 7th, and 8th inning last week or the other night. Like, damn it.
I honestly thought the Astros played today, but apparently, I guess we only had a 2-game series against the Angels, which is really weird. Because I thought we had more games against them than that.
I think there was one game that got rained out today. I don't know if it was the Astros or not. But.
No, they're not, they weren't even on the schedule.
They probably had the day off, dude.
Yeah, which is weird. Yeah. Oh no. Okay. No, I take that back. We didn't. Yeah, we played them 3 games. I forgot we lost the first game.
What's up, Rob?
What's up, Rob?
You see what I'm holding up?
No, it ain't happening in 7,
Warriors
baby.
in 7, baby.
It ain't happening, Rob.
I think it's happening, Rob.
Hey, what are
I
you
know
gonna?
y'all
Hey,
was talking baseball. I didn't mean to interrupt, but
no, you're good. No, you're good. Hey, listen. Hey,
Frankie, we coming for you, boy. Oh God.
no. Hey, listen. Frank can tell you, man. Hey, look, you guys gonna have enough to go back and play in LA? This is gonna be the pinnacle game.
Will they have enough when they go back to LA?
Man, hey, that's true though, man. Hey, listen, no, you bring up good points. You bring up good points.
I was like, oh, Warriors down 3-1, right on time for an AD injury. Yes, Lord.
But on a real tip, just like I was telling Gonzo, man, you guys don't play significantly well on the road. You guys don't. You play good at home, you don't play significantly well on the road.
We were horrible, but this wasn't a game 6, a very important game 6 that you need to win during the regular season. And I think,
and to be fair to you, I did say this. Under Steve Kerr, when faced with elimination, the Warriors are 8-2.
We about to be 10-2.
I'm just saying, when your backs are against the wall, and I think even you did say that, and so I got to give you props on that. When your backs are against the wall, the Warriors do come out. So, and I'll be honest with you, Rob, this is the pivotal game. I think they play tomorrow, right? I think they play tomorrow night. Right. So tomorrow will be the pivotal game because the Lakers don't want to go back to Golden State.
Oh, no, they don't want to come back to the
and Golden State can't lose or they're out.
Hey, all I asked for was my team to fight. And last night, seeing what Draymond did, because we know Steph is going to be Steph. You don't have to question what Steph. You know, I know it's a make-or-miss league, but you never have to question Steph. Steph is going to give you everything he got. The question was, will the others come along for the ride?
Oh no. Let's be specific. When you say the others, we're really talking about Clay actually show up and be like.
No, I was talking about the others. I'm talking about the whole team.
No, Rob, you know just like I do. And I was telling Gonzo. Now Gonzo did kind of put me in my place a little bit, but he does not look like vintage Clay. He does not look like vintage Clay pre-injury. This is some kind of alternate universe Klay Thompson.
He does it. But, Jay, guess what game is next?
Elimination game.
Game 6.
Game 6.
And what is Klay Thompson known for?
Well, we're going to see, aren't we?
Game 6.
Game 6.
But no, to get back to the point, though, we saw Draymond Green get 20 and 10 last night. I said, oh, yeah, I knew the Warriors was going to win. When I saw Draymond being aggressive, when I saw the way that he was able to, like I said, you don't let players like Joker, you don't let players like Embiid, and you don't let players like Anthony Davis catch the ball deep into the post. You push their asses to the outside. And Draymond Green made Anthony Davis a shooter. And then on defense, then on the boards, when Draymond gave you 10, you still got to worry about Looney, who, caught AD with the elbow. And I know I joked about AD's injury. I hope AD is fine. I hope he don't have a concussion. But I'm just telling you guys, man, the heart of a champion never fails. And the Warriors, they understand what's on the line. They've been here. They've done that. We seen them come back from a 3-1 lead against OKC. We see them gave up a 3-1 lead against LeBron and the Cavaliers. You don't think that's in the back of Steph's mind to say, let's rewrite history so you guys can stop bringing that up? Because I gave LeBron a taste of his own medicine. Let's go, Warrior. Let's go.
Hey, we almost took your ass out. If it hadn't been for Chris Paul getting that damn injury.
Hey, Yay.
Hey,
We would have had your ass.
Hey, Jay, almost counts in 2
Hey, no, but hey,
I
I can't hear you.
Hey, if was a fifth, everybody would be drunk, Jay.
Wish it was a fifth.
Or that good old Jack.
Hey, old number 7, not this Tennessee honey or this fireball crack or whatever, or this apple. I mean, old number 7 coming down the train.
Give me the original.
And I think one thing that's hurt the Warriors, especially on the road, has been the Kayvon Looney being his minutes being limited.
Yeah.
Because man, when he's in there and he can get them offensive board and he can get that ball out in transition, the Warriors are a whole different animal.
They are.
And when Draymond Green had 10 points in the first 5 minutes of the game, I was like,
you knew it.
Yeah, it's like they're ready to play.
They came out aggressive. And one thing I know we talked about the adjustments that Coach Darvin Ham has made, and he's made some great adjustments. But let's not forget about Steve Kerr making those adjustments. He said, okay, Jordan Poole, you want to play like shit? Excuse my language. We're going to make you come off the bench. And we're going to go ahead and start Gary Payton Jr., which was, I kept telling you guys during the regular season, that was a great pickup for the Warriors to bring back that defensive intensity back to their team. And Gary Payton Jr. was out there. I mean, he's out there guarding LeBron. He out there guarding AD. He guarding anybody who got the ball in their hand.
Yeah, because you don't need him to score. You just need him to play that defense.
Play defense and get some
play the defense.
And another thing, Andrew Wiggins looked like Andrew Wiggins last night. And people forget he missed a lot of the end of the season due to family stuff, having a lot of family issues. He's only been back 12 games. Yeah. So he looked like
I ain't gonna lie, man. I was one of those picking on Andrew Wiggins. I've been picking on Andrew Wiggins. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, man, I don't know what's going on with this Andrew Wiggins. I know he's been back for only, like Gonzo said, 12 games. But I've just not been happy with this play. But you're right. He showed up last night and he did well.
And if he gets aggressive and gets in rhythm, that's going to help a lot, because then you got to take some of the pressure off Steph.
And that's what matters the most. And I think last night, that's all I've been asking from the Golden State Warriors. Let's stop ball watching and looking at Steph and hoping Steph makes a miraculous 3-point. Let's all get aggressive. Let's all get aggressive. I don't care if you're missing a shot. The thing is, what happened last night that we haven't seen in the other games of these series? They made the Lakers have to play honest defense. See, up until that point, they were just doubling Steph. They were sending, anytime Steph comes off that screen, he should see a body. When Steph makes his dribble through the penetration through the lane, he's going to see another body. What happened? Andrew Wiggins started knocking shots down. What happened? Draymond scores 20 points. So now you cannot scramble just to Steph Curry. And Steph just going to give you a smooth 27. He ain't have to do too much. He said, my team got my back today. Oh, you best believe right now, I don't care what nobody is saying. LeBron, AD, Coach Darvin Ham, those guys right now are nervous. They are nervous. And why is that? Because you gave a team who you should have shot in the head in game 5, you gave them life. You gave them life.
By the way, I just want to let you know,
you had the Dustin. You like
I just want to say you had the best neck beard I've ever seen in my life.
Hey, I appreciate that. I'm just trying to get like you, Jay.
Hey, I'm going to get down about here. When it gets down about the midsection, man. Well, hey.
Look, you see, I got some on the cheeks now. I got some on the cheeks now. You know what I'm saying? When this thing grow out, baby. They don't even card me no more. I said it's about time.
Hey, that's why this never goes away, because I get carded everywhere if it goes away.
Oh man, hey guys, but man, it was some great games. We also saw with the Knicks and the Heat. I know y'all probably talk about this though, but to see Jalen Brunson, I have to say it. I'm sorry, Jalen. I was one of those people screaming, "You ain't worth no 110 million." Man, he worth every damn penny of it. Every damn penny.
What's the worst thing that Dallas ever did was let him go.
Oh my God! I know Luka is kicking. He's swinging in the air. Y'all ever seen Boys in the Hood? You know Cooper Gooding Jr. That's what Luka and what's my name? What's the owner name? Mark Cuban. That's what they're doing right now. They're swinging in the air.
And not only is Dallas kicking themselves, but just think about the Knicks, how happy they are because everybody was on them about they should have got Donovan Mitchell instead of Jalen Brunson, and look how that's worked out so far.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell.
And you put Donovan Mitchell with the Cavs out of the playoffs.
Yeah, he in Cancun right now. He enjoying this summer early, And you know what? Let's just say it because I don't think we talked about that too much. The Cavs, that was a disappointment. I had high hopes for the Cavaliers, and they just simply just said we don't want to play no more. I mean, New York ran through them, but to see what Jalen Brunson is doing, like to me, you don't see that often from the non-superstars of a player simply saying, "I'm not going. We not going. I'm going to elevate my team." I mean, he single-handedly elevated that team. I mean, he even brought Julius Randle to the party, And I'm just happy for the New York Knicks. Like I said, the playoffs, the NBA is better when the Knicks are winning, And
right.
Can you imagine how loud that Garden is going to be if they make it to Game 7? Can you imagine how loud the Garden is going to be?
Can you imagine the Garden if they lose and people are rioting?
Oh man, you know what?
Turning over cars.
Win or lose in their Game 6, which is tomorrow as well.
Yeah,
I would have to say that the New York Knicks should that their fans should stand up and give that team a standing ovation because they overachieved.
Wait a minute. I think they will.
I
don't know about a standing ovation. They have to beat Miami for that to happen.
No, I think. Go ahead, Gonzo. I'm sorry.
I don't think the fans will riot if they were to lose, even if they go to Game 7 and lose in New York, because I think last night was the game. If they'd have lost, you just saw the fans pissed because they'd have felt like they gave up. But since they battled back and won last night, now I don't think the fans will riot like they would have if they'd have lost because their team showed some fight and are competing, especially if they can force a Game 7 and get it back to New York. I think last night if they'd have lost, the fans would have been real down on them because they'd have felt like they kind of gave up.
Yeah, this is one of those instances where you can't look at records because even though the Knicks had a better record, I still think Miami has a better team. Mm-hmm. And Miami is they've established themselves since Jimmy Butler has been there. They have some championship merit. Granted, they didn't win a championship, but you got to remember this team has been to a finals. This team did eliminate the Milwaukee Bucks. I mean, these guys are battle tested. So I think for what the Knicks are doing right now, to Gonzo's point, they showed fight. They won Game 5. They realized how important of a game that was to win, and can possibly force a Game 7 if they win the next game. I just have to say, the Knicks, they have overachieved. I know Dustin doesn't agree with me, but right now, let's be honest. When we were giving our preseason predictions, even with all the moves that were being made, who had the Knicks in the damn second round?
I was gonna say, who had the
Let's
Knicks
be real.
Who had the Knicks beat the Cavs in the first round? not many people.
That's all I'm saying. To me, that's overachieving. That's
a good point. That's a good point. Honestly, but I think though, for them to really get that true standing ovation, they gotta get past the Heat. Because otherwise, it's just going to be the same as last year. Well, they did good, but they didn't get all the way. They at least got to get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
But they got to the second round. When the last time the Knicks been in the second round? That's what I'm saying. They're on the trajectory the right way. They're on the trajectory the right way. Because let's be honest, I know what Jalen Brunson is going to give me. I question Julius Randle. Because you got to question, is his heart into it? Is he locked into the game? I mean, he makes statements, post-game conference, like, we ain't got no fight. No, that's not what I want to hear from my all-star. What I want to hear is, we didn't have no fight this game, but I'm a damn sure make sure we got fight the next game, even if I'm out there swinging by myself. That's what I want to hear from my star. I question Julius Randle. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Me and Gonzo, weren't me and you talking about that? About what Julius Randle when he said that?
Yeah.
And we're like, how the hell can you say that? And then you Like, I'd be trading your ass next week.
Yeah, because my thing with him is, before you do this, you got to look in the mirror. Look in the mirror and say, did I have the dog in me? Did I go out there and fight? Because I can't blame my team. Because remember, any team sport, the team goes as the star goes. You saw last night, LeBron got off to a shaky start. The Lakers get off to a shaky start. That's just how it goes. They follow their stars. So if you are a quote-unquote star, and Julius Randle is an all-star, he's been an all-star, maybe not this year, but he is a respected forward / center in the league. If you coming out and you just acting all willy-nilly and you ain't into the game, I'm sorry, the Knicks, and that's why they went to go get a guy like Jalen Brunson. Yeah. Because Randall was up there, he fumbling and fidgeting with the ball. Brunson said, give me the ball and let me go to work. Give me the damn ball.
No, I agree. And that's why I was almost kind of thinking, do you think maybe they should put Randall on the trade block and see what they can get for him?
I would.
Whatever.
I would. Like, Julius Randle, unfortunately, is an expendable piece. Like, he's not one of those players where you like, I can't go get another Julius Randle. Yes, you can.
He can disappear. He disappears in big moments sometimes as well.
Yeah, I'm about to start calling him Julius Ayton.
What do y'all think? What do you think about, and I know I'm probably going to get young.
He might not even play tonight.
Hey, what do you think about Porzingis? Hey, what do you think about Kristaps Porzingis now that he's up for contract, coming out of the Washington Wizards? He didn't have a bad season. He was still playing. He had a pretty good season last year.
Yeah, but Porzingis, don't get me wrong. I mean, any team, they're gonna go after him. He's a great player. Again, he's one of those guys that you question the motor,
right?
And then you question his health status. Because he's another guy that's always injured. I don't know what's up with these big men, And now you have to think as an organization, am I banking my future on that guy?
Well, that's true.
But don't get me wrong now. I mean, we just talking about pure talent. Porzingis got it. I mean, we're talking about a 7-foot guy that can get you rebounds, he can establish some type of presence in the paint. He's gotten stronger definitely since his rookie season, and he can stretch the floor with that 3-ball. So I mean, don't get me wrong, Porzingis got it. But sometimes having talent means nothing if you don't have the motor to keep the.
Oh, I agree. Well, that's the issue. That's the issue with Randall is his motor.
Yeah. So honestly, that's an issue with AD.
Yeah.
That's an issue with AD because now there should be no way in hell with you being the Robin to LeBron's Batman in hopes of becoming Batman that we like, well, which AD are we going to see in Game 6? Nobody should ever question. You should always be the same AD anytime you play. Anytime you get on that court, I'm about to bust your ass. That's how everybody should be. I look at guys like KG. I never looked at a game KG played and said, which KG am I going to get today? I knew I'm going to get the same KG that's going to be in your face, talking about you, talking about your mama, talking about your game, and backing up every damn word.
Well, a lot of people don't have that mentality in the NBA these days.
And that's sad. That's sad.
I mean, we're in the day and age now where everybody has the Kyrie Irving or the the dude over there, Kawhi Leonard type mentality, where they're soft. They just don't have that fight like what you're talking about, right? Yeah. They don't have that.
Yeah, man.
They really just sit back on the bench, load manage, and take a chill pill.
Yeah.
Now, you know who does have a motor? Jimmy Buckets.
Oh, Buckets going,
Jimmy Buckets
healthy, what Jimmy gonna give you.
Jimmy got a motor for days, man.
Yes, he do. Yes,
Luka got a motor. I mean, Joker got a motor, and I'm pretty sure Embiid has a motor. I mean, a lot of those guys do, but
we know Joker got a motor.
There's a lot that don't.
Yeah, we know Joker got a motor.
Embiid, I think we're starting to learn if he has a motor or not because
we might be in that transitional period.
I think Embiid was really salty about those MVPs. he made it a point this season to come out and play and to show what he can really do. So I was proud of Embiid with that. But to Gonzo's point, we've seen games in the past. But it's like Embiid, you got all the talent in the world. Like you should be the best big man in the league. And it's like if things are not going his way, he throws a temper tantrum on the court. He stops playing, and he, nobody got time for all that, man. And nobody got time. What's up, Frankie?
What up, boys?
You nervous?
Oh no, let's see the haircut. You ain't got a haircut. You might as well show us the haircut.
I just got home.
You nervous yet?
Oh, look at him with the fade.
Ain't nothing to be nervous about, bro.
He had a nice little haircut working. What about the second and a half I saw of it?
Oh, did he really put that? Did he really put LA Lakers leading 3-2? Oh God, that's why I love you, Frankie. That's why I love you.
Hey, listen, he gotta do all he can. But hey, come Friday, man. What is Friday gonna look? Is it gonna be 3-3, Frankie? Is it gonna be 4-2, Frankie? So they asked Rob Scott, it's gonna be 3-3 going back to
4-2. I don't know why everybody is like trying to like come at me when I've been telling everybody this, that I had a feeling the Warriors were gonna win because they played better at home than do on the road.
You did.
So I didn't come at you. No, I know you didn't. I know you didn't, but I don't know why everybody else is like seeming like I'm over here like, oh yeah, Frankie said da da da. No, if anything, Jay McLovin is the one that's saying Lakers in 5, and I told him not to because he was gonna jinx my boys, and he did. And he did. I on the other hand said that it was gonna be Lakers in 6 because Warriors could win at home. I had a feeling the Warriors were gonna come out dominant. Steph Curry was pissed. I said it, but they can't win in LA because they don't have a good record on the road. So like I feel more comfortable with the Lakers winning at home than they do winning in Golden State.
Okay, so I'll help you. So now I'll say Lakers in 7, and that way you'll take it in 6.
Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing.
Go ahead, Jay. Keep predicting it.
Don't say nothing. Matter of fact, Jay, focus on baseball right now.
Hey, he say focus on getting Wembanyama.
Wembanyama. Hey, listen, I already got Udoko, so I'm already one step ahead of the game. Now I just got to get a player.
You definitely got a great coach.
Damn right I did.
Oh, I love. Hey, Dustin. Hey, stat guy. Keep on putting the stats in the comments, my brother. Keep on doing it because sometimes numbers do lie. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna tell you what number don't lie. Let's get it. Oh,
nah,
man.
but I just want to say something real quick because I know I came at the end of the show. I went to the bar, got my hair cut, got home, quickly jumped in the shower because you got to rinse off that hair that's left on my shoulders and shit. It's a nice day. I let the girls outside right now. I'm about to barbecue on the grill for the girls. And then I had to come in here and say to these people around the world that I don't want to hear no more of the refs are giving it to the Lakers because and I'm the last person. Everybody knows I'm the last person to blame shit on the refs. But the Warriors were getting calls left and right like crazy yesterday from the very beginning of the game to the very end when we were playing the bench players. Like the Warriors were getting every single call their way. So I don't want to hear no more of this LA gets the referees on their side every freaking time.
Hey, everybody know me. I said from the jump, I'm not blaming the refs for nothing. And that's because being a Steph Curry fan, cheering for the Warriors, I've seen a lot of calls go the Warriors' way throughout this dynasty. So I'm not going to be a hypocrite and then turn around and say, oh, the refs are they the other 3 players for the Bron is gonna get calls. Superstars get calls. That's just how it goes. Hey,
I can never win, guys. I can never win.
I'm not blaming shit on nothing on the refs. I'm not gonna do it.
I literally can't win, Rob. It's like if we win the game, the NBA is rigged and the games are fixed for the Lakers to go to the championship. But if we lose, I get shit talked by saying how the Lakers are trash. Anthony Davis can't stay healthy. This and that. Da da da. Like I can never win. So I guess I'm gonna just have to become a soccer fan or a cricket fan just so people can just get off my back.
You know what? I don't think
Hey, you know how hard it is being asked.
I don't think it's the Lakers.
It's hard.
I don't think it's Lakers. Hey, a lot of people don't like LeBron, and I don't get it. Like LeBron's not my favorite player either, but I'm not hating on the man. I know LeBron is a Mount Rushmore player. That's why I keep telling people you gotta take your feelings out of it sometimes. If the man is good, the man is good, and that's all I can say. You know, LeBron's been getting hated on since being at Vincent St. Mary.
Hey, maybe he shouldn't have had that little TV show of The Decision. Maybe that would have helped his cause.
All I'm gonna say is
he's a damn prima donna son of a bitch.
All I'm gonna say is, look, another LeBron hater. Look at him over there.
I'm not a hater, but I don't like some of the stuff he does. Some of the stuff I think he does is really stupid and soft.
Okay, so let me go
you
ahead.
know how much money he made from that decision?
I don't give a damn how much money that man makes.
Hey,
Jerry,
you give me what he made. I sat there for 30 minutes to an hour too. Like, and I'm going to run commercial. Because people can. I want to know people that didn't like
Space Jam 1 or Space Jam 2. Which one?
I'm always going with the original, baby.
Then what the hell are we talking about?
I'm always going with the original also.
I'm gonna go with the original. Hey, Jay, this ain't no. You know, I know Michael Jordan is the GOAT, and you know Kobe Bryant is my personal GOAT. You know,
the original.
I do miss Kobe, man. I really do miss Kobe, man.
Hey, you know what I was thinking about the other day, man? I would have loved to see Kobe and Gigi at these playoff games, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
No. Kobe will be pissed. Kobe go in that locker room, the Lakers like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Excuse my language.
Hey, Kobe probably would have threw on the jersey.
No lie.
Y'all need me.
Darvin Ham would have been like,
take off. Hey guys, I gotta take off because I gotta get ready to go to do this fundraiser event. I gotta pack up my equipment.
Let's just close it out. We're good. Let's close
it out.
Love
you, Gonzo.
I can close it out though. I can do the end off. Yeah. All right, man. Look, we're gonna do.
Have a good day.
You too, my brother.
Hey, we're gonna do it. Because I gotta rest some errands my damn self. Let's do some final thoughts, and then we're gonna get up on out of here. We're gonna start with Rob, then Frankie, and I'll round it out. Rob.
Hey, you know my final thought, man. Warriors in 7. I've been screaming Warriors in 7. Hey.
You've been screaming that since yesterday. Shut up.
It don't matter. the thing that matters is when my team went down, I ain't give up on them. And it ain't over until it's over. And we gonna continue to fight on, baby. We gonna continue to fight on.
It's rare that he says that. When my team goes down, I don't give up. What happened with the Chicago Bulls? They went down and you gave up. That's your actual team. I don't want to hear none of that. Yeah. Go on mute. Take that phone call. No. Take that phone call.
The Bulls were trash from the start.
No, all right. My final thoughts is it was a good game last night. It really was. Didn't go on our end, obviously. I'm glad Anthony Davis is okay. Kevon Looney is a big bitch for elbowing AD in the temple. And for those of you who know, like, I don't want people saying, AD's too soft and stuff. Really think about it. If you get elbowed in the temple, anybody's going to be dizzy. It's the goddamn temple. That's your brain is right there, literally. So you're going to be dizzy for a while. You can get, a concussion, especially if it's not like on purpose. Like if it's not on purpose stuff, like obviously, but like if it's an accident and you don't see it coming and you get hit in the temple with your elbow, bro, it's gonna literally make you dizzy. It'll make you confused. So I'm glad that he's all right. He did have to get wheeled off in a wheelchair to the locker room, but he ended up walking out of the arena on his own. And got the good news that he doesn't have a concussion, so he should be available for Game 6, which is in LA. Let's go, Lakers in 6. I said it from the beginning, and it's gonna happen.
All right, and there you have all the predictions, folks. I want to thank everybody for commenting in the show. Billy the Buzz, and everybody else. I appreciate it. Dustin, Frankie, everybody for coming on the show, as well as Rob Scott. Thanks for coming on the show. And make sure you check out Gonzo at right now, actually, on Easy Money. And you can catch Unscripted tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And, man, lots of games going on tonight. Frankie, we'll see what them Lakers can do on Friday. It's going to be interesting, man. You guys be good, and we'll catch you on tomorrow at 1 p.m. on the Afternoon Blitz.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, then I'm in the lane. Variety.